Look at this behind me. Big ballers. Big ball. Tell you what, it'll be bloody freezing today. Don't know about any of you. Have you be colder or is it me? I think it's me, isn't it? Richard Hutchinson. Big up Frank, JK, and guess. JK isn't here yet. George isn't here. Chris Dix. Greetings, Frank, lads and lasses. Just got back from watch last night's game of a watch the last game of a local club. Really makes me appreciate growing up in football and Music City. That is Liverpool. Yes. What do you make of the rumours on started Shan? Oh, we'll talk about that a bit later. Should they be our main? Yeah, they've been sponsors of the share for years, haven't they? I think John Henry's got something to do with Chartered Standard, to be honest. They've got the finger in everything, everything. And I'm not just talking sports franchise either. Everything they've got. Business people, the Wall Street people. Think about that, Wall Street. I miss Carlsberg, says the Red Bit. Yeah, because that was a great sponsor, wasn't it? Carlsberg. They used to have a little slogan as well, didn't they? Smash. By saying about if Carlsberg would be the greatest beer in the world with Liverpool or something like, something along those lines. I thought it was a great little slogan by Carlsberg. Yusuf. Oh yeah, I've missed all of it. Yeah. Hello Frank, hope you're okay, says Paul said. Thanks Paul, yeah. Yeah. Alright. Think so anyway. I've got something wrong with me, got my results through. What's them medical terms? Precarditis or something like that. Precarditis. That's what I've got. Not something to do with the heart, but TW, even in Frank and chat, even in TW. Darrell's here. All day, okay. Darrell, I'll be on in a minute. Mate. John Conway. Hi Frank, how are you? As I've just said, when you get older, you go to all these bloody hospitals and they send for you. And you've got all big needles waiting. Come here. What harm do you want to do? Well, any. Don't get old, folks. Paul saying, enjoyed the show last night, Frank, with Anthony and Carlyle. And you said, oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Paul. I'm going to do more history, by the way. More history shows because, with this winding down, I want to ask you, I'm being truthful here, I really want to ask, shall we carry on with this like Tuesdays and Thursdays through the season? I really need you because it's for you as well, and your comments. Without you, there wouldn't be this podcast. There really wouldn't. So it's entirely up to you, whether you want it or not, or shall we wind down and start again, of one or two or whatever. In a few weeks, if you know what I mean. But shall we have the same, the same format? Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, I'm sorry. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Shall we have the same format? Acoustics says, start hitting the likes, lads. And girls. Some girls coming in. TW. Yes, please, Frank. Oh, thank you, TW. Lynn Harris. Even a Frank. You see some snazzy fellas just come on.
Good fellas.
Oh, yeah.
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
I'm all right. I got my results through, you know, when I went to thing, got scanned, and they said I've got say this properly, precarditis, which
Okay.
is, do you know what it is?
I know.
Well, it's something to do with the heart, around the heart,
Okay.
because you have like, you know, you just don't have your heart, you have things around it.
Mm-hmm.
And I suffer from asthma, right? And I have done for a few years now. It just came on me all of a sudden. But this precarditis thing, apparently, the doctor was saying there's like things around your heart. Everyone has them.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps the heart to keep pumping, you know. And it helps you to breathe properly. But one of my things is gone. It's there, but it's gone.
Okay.
So it affects me breathing. And they said, we know that you've got asthma as well. So it's doubly worse. As someone said, a double whammy. It's a double whammy that I've got. That's
Mm-hmm.
why, you know, it's very difficult for me to walk so far. I have to
Yeah.
stop. JK,
Mm-hmm. And take a breath. Yeah.
yeah, I have to. And I was very active. I was very, you know, with my job and that.
Yeah. All around the country and stuff.
Yeah, mad. It's just mad. It just hit me all
Yeah.
of a sudden. And I blame COVID as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because once COVID hit and you couldn't go out, and it was shocking.
Yeah.
I became institutionalized.
I think the whole world suffered
Yeah,
during those years. You know, I think it was like such a dodgy timing of it all, and the way it
no,
was
very
just
good.
rolled out, every country doing the same, following the
Yeah,
same sort of procedure and stuff, and it's just like life hasn't been the same since. You know, look at the cost of living as well. When you look at that before the coronavirus and after, they've increased prices on everything, and they'll blame it on the coronavirus. And I'm like, no, 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 that's your own decision to do that. You know, but it's just I think that's had a big effect on people.
yeah,
You
it
know.
is. You know, even I only buy for myself, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And the prices are absolutely ridiculous. So when you get to the till and they go so much,
Mm-hmm.
and you just have to pay it, obviously. You know, and I'm only got it for myself. You know, groceries for myself. I'll just go through these. What I said, JK. I said to them, uh, you know, shall we carry on? You know, at the end of the season, at the end of the season. Oh, this down. With the end of the season, I said, shall we carry on the same format,
Mm-hmm.
or you know, shall we like just have it now and again? And TW said, yes, please. Yusha, yes. Tuesdays and Thursdays are fine. And
So
Chris says, take it easy, Frank. Do as many as you feel up to, mate. And John Colway, yes, please. So, you know, I think the majority is just saying, yeah, you know, TW, evening JK,
good evening, bro.
and keep away from those jobs, Frank. Keep with. Well, the thing is, I've got a talk next week. It's on the 8th. It's the 8th on the. No, it's not. It's not on the 8th. On the 10th.
That's Monday.
In the city centre. Got a little talk there. Little lunchtime talk for these lovely people.
I think you got the word, the A and the O mixed up.
The what?
Have a look what you wrote. You tempted the A for an O.
Who don't talk on the 8th?
I think, what's you on about?
I think you'll have to do a number 10 at McAllister. And Paul Turner. Evening, JK. Hope you're okay.
Evening, Paul. All good, bro.
And Norman. Evening, Frank. JK. Chat. Inflammation of the heart you have, Frank. Well, there you go. Thank you.
Evening, Norman.
Yeah, so he knows what it is. Dr. Norman.
Dr. Norman. You got to take it easy, bro. Yeah.
And the Red Anfield Road, Red Bears, he's letting on lock no pints for us, is there? The pandemic hurts social life worldwide, says Chris, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul Burke. Hiya, Paul. Good evening, Frank. Oh, lovely. Lovely that, Paul. You're a good man. Good red as well. Massive red. Look at that. Anfield Road, look, there's Red Bears. Anfield Road, good seeing you, mate, and gives him a pint and, whatever. Nothing for us. Nothing for us. And look, it's pints back. Nothing for us again. Please wait. And Paul Turner says, as long as you're okay, do them, Frank. That's nice, thank you. Thank you. Well, cheating there, City suing the government. The government don't want sour relationship with the oil man. So will you, no City will get away. That's absolutely ridiculous. When that came out, they're suing. I think we should sue everyone. Red Bear. JKFC, great team. Do you get it? Yes. Thank you, Red Bear. And there's Paul Darrell there. Look, sitting in the dark.
How you doing, Darrell?
How you doing, JK? Frank, how we doing?
All good, bro.
Good, man.
Okay. We're okay, especially with this lot here. This lot. See, Chris Dick says, I am no fan of the USA stuff, but like cheers when it came into the pub. Everyone shouted Norm.
That's what 12 man does.
That's what's wrong, Matt.
Yeah.
Big companies make a fortune out of COVID. There was lots of corruption. Lots of corruption during COVID, you said. Oh yeah, look, here's the Anfield Road. Hiya, Frank and JK. I did send pints and chases. You're the only ones.
You already drank them.
Anfield Road's corrupt already. It's corrupt. He said. Taz, bless Frank and guys. Cheers, Taz.
Evening, Taz.
Good lad, Taz. Yeah, CW. Greetings, Darrell.
Greetings, TW.
And the Anfield Road, poor Man City, they are discriminated against. Someone go and give them a hug. More than a hug, wouldn't it, really? That's great. Anyway, I'm going to have me vodka there and cheers. Salute.
Great.
That's lemonade. First time I bought lemonade in years.
Oh, lemonade is old school, yeah.
I just bought it 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Just added it in the fridge. So I really needed something to drink before I came in.
Mm-hmm.
Just threw some of that in, rather than make a cup of tea. So what do you think of these rumours, especially about Standard Chartered, about all these players again, Mbappe? Come on. Are
Yep.
people so naive and they take it in? What do you think, JK? And the rumours, even like that Somerville, do we need him? No, we don't need him.
No. Yeah, that came out this morning, that news. Like at the end of the day, most of the companies that are on shirts anyway, we don't know what they get up to. They're just on the shirts, at the front. Fans are wearing them all over around the world. So they're sort of well known, I don't know the finer details of what the topic is all about, but I read it this morning about they're looking into them guys. Someone in the US even sent me something about it. I was shocked. You know what I mean? They're not even a football fan, but they know I support Liverpool. So yeah, the news is sort of spreading, and it depends on what they've done and all the facts about it.
But don't forget as well, banks are shutting down. Banks are going bust. And I'm talking about big banks, and they're one of the biggest banks. So could be something there as well, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
So, we don't really know until it comes out, until everything's revealed. You could be guessing. It's like players coming to Liverpool, and there's all been names, and you're getting some reporters saying, this fella's mentioned, this fella's mentioned, and this fella's mentioned. But what got me was the first time that Xabi Alonso came out and said something. What he said was he didn't really want to talk about it because it's behind like closed curtains. And people are saying that he was offered the job, and it's only what we said ages ago about Mr. Edwards and Mr. Ward. They're doing all the bidding and the picking, the bidding and the picking of players. They wouldn't have any say. They could mention a player or two, but whether they go after them. But he didn't want that, apparently. This is what, being told. He didn't want that. But he did more or less hint that, he's a Liverpool supporter and the door is never shut, which is good on Xabi Alonso. So, lots of people, it's like Edwards and the other fella coming back, and people are actually saying that they put a spanner in the works. And definitely, they said, this is what I was listening to. Slot wasn't a first choice. He was nowhere near the first choice. So, we've got to there.
Yeah, but I believe, like you always say about how many players was it for 13 million? Was it 15 or something?
Say that again.
Slot, he brought up Fornoid. He brought like 15 players for 13 million.
Yeah, 15 for 30 million euros.
He's right up their street for me. Yeah. I don't believe that, and I believe he's probably was first choice. Because for me, Xabi Alonso, when you look at it logically, when you're with a team that's going to win the Bundesliga, your next initiative is, okay, let the break come in the summer, and what players can I bring for us to go and win that Champions League? That's what I would be thinking if I was Alonso, not about the Liverpool job. So for me, the timing-wise, I think if Alonso was, say, third or fourth in the league, maybe we had a chance.
Yeah.
As soon as I knew they were first and they're going to win the league, I said, we got no chance of getting him. It's just like basic logic. And it wouldn't look good on the fans there. And it's same if he came to Liverpool and then the Real Madrid job comes, then he's just like we would think he'll go straight away then. You know, so I'm a bit happy he sort of stayed loyal to Bayer Leverkusen in that way. Showed his character. I think that was very important he did that. Yeah, we've missed out on him being here now. But for me, as an individual, I think I was sort of, I wouldn't say proud of him, but I was really impressed in the way he didn't really get caught up in that whole Liverpool topic, even the Bayern Munich topic, 2 clubs he's played for. So, yeah.
Well, I think, you know, why he's come out and said it is because everything now is settled, hasn't it? It's settled. And he did have to come out and say something. And he did say it. And, you know, as I said, he never more or less said that he would take the job. He just said those curtains are closed, not the door. Think about it.
Yeah.
The curtains.
Yeah.
Curtains, not the door. And he said, I'm always a Liverpool supporter. Love the club, love the city, love the fans. And this is what I mean, and the door is never shut. So think about that. The curtain's on this one, but the door is never shut for the future. How cool is that? And the Anfield Roar says, Frankie and Styler game, 1 part lemonade and 10 parts vodka. Me and the Redbird just made it for you. See, the snitches as well. The snitches. What do you think, Dal, you know, about what Xabi said?
Well, I certainly don't think the door's going to be shut for him because he's still young and he's he's only 44 and he's got plenty of time for management and to come to Liverpool, which is nice to hear that door's not shut for him. Yeah. To be honest with you, with Xabi Alonso, I think he made the right call. To be honest with you, if you've not got no say in transfers, why would you want to come here anyway in the first place?
Yeah,
you won't want to come here. That's false. And then Slot's probably the 5th, 6th choice management and said, you know what, I just want to come to this club because they're a massive name and I want to test myself here. That's probably what's happened. And he doesn't, as long as the players come in that are right for him, I suppose, Edwards and Ward just got to pick him. But that's all we can do.
Can I show you something, lads?
Oh, you're showing that thing. Picture.
What's that?
It's a quality picture.
What's that?
It's quality.
That's quality.
Made back at 20 years younger.
Yeah, but they took 20 years off you there.
Oh, yeah.
You're only 47 now, so...
I was Jürgen's playmaker. I really was. Jürgen's playmaker.
Quality. That's quality. I like that. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's real good. Who made that? Respect.
Well, what has happened? George, he's not on tonight. I don't know where he is. George had them made for me. Well, I never asked for them or anything. He just said, I've got a surprise for you. And Norman came to see me. He was in Liverpool. And he came to see me on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
After seeing George, you know, when he came down and he said, yeah, these are off George.
Sorted.
And Norman brought me a cake his wife made for me.
Sound.
Lovely. It's lovely. Really lovely. Yeah.
That's
really
quality.
Lovely.
Did you sort the TV out?
Sorry?
The TV?
Yeah, it's sorted, yeah.
You know, it'd be funny. You're like, oh, we forgot about that. We just had cake and tea, went home.
No, we put a piece of cake underneath it.
Balance it out a little bit.
That's quality. But nice one, Norman. Quality.
Straightens it out. Yes. You know, and he's a smashing lad, you know. He really is a smashing lad. We had a chat and then he's here for a couple of hours. Which was very nice, you know. So, and the Redbird says rumours are just that until they sign the dotted line.
Yeah. I think real football fans, especially real Liverpool fans, they don't get caught up in that hysteria. Well, I don't personally. I don't think you guys do as well. You know, you can tell Redbird don't. So for me, I've never been in that world because I realised that sports betting is sort of connected to transfers as well. You know, like this guy's going to go here or this manager's going to go here. So I was thinking, why are they sort of bringing all these names up all the time of players and stuff? Because it's associated with that. They're just making lies up just to get people betting, you know. Mbappe's coming to Liverpool along with Royce. Royce is leaving Dortmund now. He's coming to Liverpool, you know. That's 8 years too late, but yeah.
I just, when they mentioned Mbappe, I believe he's going to get it's between 130 and 150 million signing on fee for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Think about that. You know, he's got millions. How much more do these people want? And that's where the greed is. That's where the greed is.
I think, you know, when you look at footballers now, I think the hysteria is more off-field than actually what they do on the pitch. Mbappe, quality player, no doubt, but
there's no way you come to Liverpool. No way whatsoever. No way. Remember, like, all right, Nike's only got one more season, you know, to sponsor. And when they first came to us and they got the sponsorship, the deal, Nike, what you had was, you know, the rumours were flying thick and fast that Mbappe was coming and Nike were going to pay his wages. And I thought, how stupid are these people to think like that? Nike is going to pay the wages. My questions, one of them, I just said, who sold you this? He said, oh, well, you know, it's on social network. I said, you should take no notice of social network. I said, there's no way Mbappe is coming here. And there's no way that Nike will pay his wages. God, blimey. That's nuts.
I think if I was going to come to Liverpool, it would have been for Klopp as a player. That's the only reason. You know, okay, we've got 6 Champions Leagues, but Klopp is the reason why players came to us. Now he's gone, you know. We'll see what sort of pulling power we have now, what sort of level we're at. Very important, you know. You want a player, he wants to play for the manager. It's very important. And I realised after the Champions League win, we could have signed anyone. I'm being serious now. I think we could have signed anyone. We were big. We were the best team in the world. You know? We were the best team in the world. And I think we could have signed anyone. And we had this topic the other day on 12 Man Show about that Real Madrid have got 15 titles now and they conquer world football. And I think Liverpool are in the sort of bracket behind. You've got with Bayern Munich, AC Milan, you know, with the Champions Leagues and stuff. But I believe that we could have sort of bridged that gap between us and Real Madrid a bit more and sort of separated from AC Milan and Bayern Munich if we sort of gave Klopp the players he needed to get us that distance, you know. I think if we had another 2 Champions Leagues to the one he won, you know, it would have made a big, big difference. And I think and that's got to do with the players wanting to play for a manager. And for me, like you got the Leicester guy who went to Chelsea now. You know, I'm thinking, the only reason you're going to go to Chelsea is to get paid well, nothing else.
Yeah, no, you're right. They did pay you well, but so did Liverpool pay you well, if you know what I mean. Well, you could see with Klopp, but I think they looked at it and was made up that Klopp went and they can get someone cheaper. It's like, look, I'm a historian, and we had the likes of, employment, what you call underemployment, and you had one man doing the work of six.
Mm-hmm.
One man doing the work of six, and that's underemployment. And it's like anything else. It's like any business. You mentioned there before about groceries going up. Groceries going up. And we all have to suffer through it. So the likes of Klopp, who was on sort of vast amount of money, I think he was on 14, 15 million a year, they're going to save at least 10 million of that. Think about that. They're going to save at least that amount. That amount. So it's all the better for them. Any bosses, any businessman, they will like scrimp and save and cut corners, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they do. That's what they do. No matter what business you're in, they will cut corners to feed themselves, if you know what I mean. And I'm saying feed themselves with money.
I just personally think like Real Madrid, you got the owners like Real Madrid who want to win things, and then you got Liverpool owners who just like settle for top four. That's the difference of ownership.
Well, there's a good Paul Bear. There's a good comment here. We've been here before with who we're going to buy. It's all bull, Frank. As you know, more interested in who we're going to sell, to be honest. No one will come in till a few have been sold the FSG way. What do you think of that comment?
Spot on.
That's why I'm not really jumping on the bandwagon who we're after, because I'm thinking there's got to be a few players there that might be moved on, but I can't really look at who can you really move on now? You got Simicas, one guy. Who else is there? Because for me, like Gomez and all these type of guys, they're staying. But for me, there's like Simicas and then maybe Diaz. Salah's also sellable, but for me, until we get rid of, say, Simicas, at least, we ain't going to make no moves. I can't really see it.
Do you know what I find really strange? I find this strange that Slot's not even done a press conference.
Yeah, that's very strange. Because,
really weird.
Before, like, around I don't know when it was it the February or March, and he was saying, I want to be Liverpool's manager.
Yeah.
Gets the job, and no press conference. I find that very strange.
Yeah, it should have been an official 5-10 minute video. They did one for Klopp for him to tell us he's leaving. They didn't mess around there, you know what I mean? Like, get on with it, get the press conference done, and then get into what you got to get done, Get some players in, some out, maybe.
It's clearly the Edwards effect that he doesn't want it.
Oh, yeah, Edwards is what people don't understand. It's like Edwards plays the game of football like chess. Everything is timed by that guy. The way Klopp's news was sort of taken out, with the way he walked back in and stuff. Everything's sort of timed perfect to the way he wanted it to get done. So it's probably his decision not to do a press conference yet. He's probably saying, let's hang on a little bit for some reason, whatever it is, And I don't really like the way our club is going. I'm being honest now. As soon as Klopp told me he's leaving, this sort of cold sort of energy came over. That, okay, if we lose Klopp, us fans haven't really got anyone in the club anymore, if you understand my point.
Yeah.
I'm being serious in that way, where I always view Klopp as a fan. Like the way he used to behave and stuff. I just viewed him as one of us. Now he's gone. Whoa. It's going to be, I think we're not going to buy any big players. I can't see that.
Well, it's the pulling power, as you said before. What kind of pulling power does the new coach have? You know, is he a big pulling power himself? You know, will players want to play for him? You know, we're still in the Champions League. You know, we've got Champions League, and this is what players go for. But as you said before, with the likes of Klopp, he was a pulling power anyway. People wanted to play for him. You know, players wanted to play for him. And that's what, you know, Alisson said it. Salah said it. Didn't he? Heard of them.
I just think, Frank,
Sorry?
I just think there's one definite certainty that we are going to see next season, and that is going to be Trent is going to be a midfielder for Liverpool next year. I think after watching him last night, he has to be a midfielder for Liverpool because news has come out today that apparently Slot doesn't want Endo at all. So he wants Endo gone.
Yeah, but he's not going for a number 6. That's the problem.
That's what I mean. Trent will be playing.
I can't see him as a number 6. He can't even bloody tackle.
Yeah, for me, that is the truth. Yeah.
I've been watching all Liverpool games, and I'm talking about from like 2005 to like 2010, and the Liverpool team then. And I was looking at the midfield. I was looking at Mascherano. I was looking at Xabi Alonso. And I was looking at Steven Gerrard. They were formidable. They were formidable. Those lads. Incredible. And, you know, just watching them. I was watching 2 games, 2 back-to-back games. One against Man United and one against Real Madrid. One at Old Trafford, which was at the weekend, but before then, Real Madrid at Anfield, and we battered them 4-0. And it could have easily. I was there at the game. I was in the upper Annie Road. I was up at the Annie Road stand that night and looking down at the Real Madrid fans because it was over at that end. And it could have easily have been, I'm not just saying this, it could have 7 or 8, only for Casillas. He made some remarkable saves. It was incredible. That night, totally destroyed them. Then we go to Old Trafford, and you see at the beginning, Ferguson, smiles like that. At the start, we destroyed them. We destroyed Torres. Was unbelievable. And there was just a thing about Torres then. He was phenomenal, Torres. Absolutely phenomenal. What a player.
Class.
He was total class, yeah, of course.
And Vidic couldn't handle him. He got sent off every time he played Torres.
Yeah, he did. He got sent off there as well. And Zazarero was listening to the Redbirds. Are you coming back to the chat? You know where? Oh yeah. And Redbird goes, Daz. Oh blimey, what are they like? And TW says Edward said non Alonso because he would be more popular than him.
Hang on.
That's a good point.
Exactly.
That's a cracking point.
Yeah.
And don't forget, like with the likes, it goes back to Kenny when Kenny was sacked, and all of a sudden he was just gone because he had the power of the fans. Klopp had the power of the fans himself. And you look at those the 2 went. Rodgers didn't have the power of the fans. Hodgson didn't have the power of the fans. Houllier didn't have the power of fans. Albeit, there was a chance. Who let the dogs out? Who? Yeah, remember that? but he never had the power of the fans. He really didn't. Not like Klopp, not like Shankly, not like Paisley, not like Fagan, not like Kenny. You know, they had the power of the fans, those managers. And then when they shoot forward, you know, right to Klopp, he was in the same ilk as those managers that I just mentioned. And think about that, the power of the fans. It's like anything, as I said, you know, if you've got the power of the fans, you've got the club like that.
Yeah.
In the army around. And I always remember when Mourinho was manager at Chelsea, I think Abramovich at the time, he seen the power of the Chelsea fans with Mourinho, and he just sacked him. Remember? Just sacked him. So, you know, the big bosses, no matter who they are, I don't think that they like them. Today's owners, that is.
And you know what it is? They need them. Like, look at Man United pre-Ferguson. Not great. And he comes in and he built them up to who they are now. Probably one of the most popular teams in the world.
Yeah.
And Liverpool before Klopp, they weren't having a great time. But we had something. We had our badge, we had our Champions Leagues and stuff like that. But I just believe that the way the managers come in and do a top job and then they're just brushed off, sort of, it's a business. That's a business mindset doing that, you know? Yeah.
It is a business. Of course, it's a big business. And there's the Palace Scouts. Hello, Frank. Mudman here, talking about Liverpool. John Aldo lived 3 doors down from me. Another great mudman. So these are the Garston boys. Yeah, he played for South Liverpool, didn't he, Aldo? When we had a South Liverpool.
I haven't seen Palace Scouts for a while.
No. He's gone all posh because, have you seen it? Look at his name now. Look, it's all posh, isn't it?
Panov Scott.
Used to just be Panov, Panov, Scout. I thought it was Panov Scout. Brilliant. And Youssef, who the hell are we going to get this summer? I have no idea. I'll tell you what we'll get. This is just me, though. I could be wrong. I think we're a couple of final players will come in.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
you know, we might get a Bournemouth player. So we'll be a mixture of Feyenoord and Bournemouth.
I don't know if have you boys seen the breaking news in the last couple of hours? No.
Go on, what?
Fabrizio Romano and David Lynch both tweeted and said that Liverpool have no interest in Inacio.
Yeah, well, that's your number 6. You see, that's gone out the window. Apparently, the slot man doesn't like playing with a number 6. I don't understand. And so obviously the system's going to be changed for the better or the worse. I just don't know, and no one knows. And when we start, you know, in earnest, the league, and then the Champions League, this is when you'll find out. This is when you'll find out how good the system, because no matter how you look at it, we're going to go through a transition period. And this Sepp van der Berg, he's come out and said, I don't want to play for your slot. Have you read that one?
He wants to leave the club, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't want to play for. What's that?
I just think, Frank, the slot plays a double pivot.
Yeah.
That's what slot plays, double pivot. So he's going to have 2 in a double pivot, which is going to be Trent and somebody else in a double pivot.
So anyway, Chris Dick says Slaughter hasn't got his work permit. Maybe he hasn't got his work permit. And Norman says, I don't think Somerville solves what we need. We need a midfielder. That should be our priority to enhance the current team. You see, look, I've said it and I'll say it again. If Jurgen Klopp was still our manager going into next season, he would have bought 2 players. That's all, just 2. Because he's got a squad, he knows the squad, he's moulded them. And as I said, like last season, the midfielder was only gelling, albeit that some of them were having some personal problems. The likes of Diaz, the likes of Szoboszlai, they were having personal problems, but they were still playing. They were trying to play to the top game. But Szoboszlai couldn't play to his top game because of something personal. Diaz came back and he was okay then after his injury. And then his dad, and he started to play well. He really did. Lots of fans said, no, he didn't play, he was awful. But that's their opinion. I thought he played well. He rescued, and I keep saying it, the defence. Because the ball was always pumped out to him. You watch the home games, it was always pumped out to him, and he was away, relieving the defence. Because our defence was leaking goals terribly. Terrible. Gary Rigby says, I remember everything Liverpool does first, Manchester United or Manchester steals and claims it. Everything historically, you name it, even historically, I could tell you loads of things. And I mean, loads. History-wise, that is. I'm not talking about football either. Redbird says, TW, not true. Alonso wanted to stay put. Even if he had joined us, there was no guarantee he would have been successful. And the same goes for Slot as well on that Redbird, believe it or not. They call us Scousers, thieves, Mancunians have tried to steal Liverpool's heritage for years. That's a good point, isn't it? By Norman. They call us Scousers, thieves, Mancunians have tried to steal Liverpool's heritage for years. Brilliant. That's a cracker, clever. And TW Edwards, what's a puppet? Now he has one. That's it. Edwards, what's a puppet? And now he has one. The Redbird says to the Palace Scout, is that you, bro? Great to see you. That's nice. The Anfield Roar. Norman, I'm no Somerville fan, but he is the kind of monetary we will make if he were to be bought for 25 million. I'd say it's okay, but over 30 million, no way. But that's like defeating the object, in my opinion, because what we need to strengthen with better players. And I'm not being, snidey towards young Somerville, but there are better players than Somerville out there. Yeah. A lot of players better than them. So
I just think they're pinching, Frank.
Sorry.
I just think they're just penny pinching again, looking at these cheaper players. Somerville 30 million. Now they're back in for Thuram, who's going to cost 13 million. It's just
Thuram. Yeah, that's another one. They're into it.
A year later, a year ago, they were doing the same thing, same guy.
Yeah.
I'm getting sick and tired of them sort of names just popping up. You know what I mean?
And this is what we'll have all through the summer, until someone, if we do, finally signs. And I think they'll have to make a big marquee sign.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now.
They got him.
Because if players are coming in and that you've never heard of, and you think that, yeah, but he's awful, or he's just an average player, I think he'd be uproar. I really do. The Redbird says, no one ever mentions Super Sub Fairclough. I love the guy. He gave me a lift home once. He gave me a lift home.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, I was on LFC TV in the night. And I said, God, Blimey, I said, I came down. I thought she was going to come down for me, but she can't make it. And he said, yeah, I'll give you a lift. So he gave me a lift. And I gave him a DVD. He said, what's that? I said, it's me singing. He said, I didn't know you were a singer. I said, no. I said, it's just a DVD about the history of Liverpool. He phoned me up. And he said, that was great, that. He said, I didn't know that you did that. I said, yeah. Fairclough, David.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked about the Super Sub. He hated it.
Yeah, I don't know.
He really hated it.
Yeah.
He said, I was a player.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, but that's the way. But he's a lovely fella, really lovely fella.
In Germany, they call a super sub a joker.
Yeah.
They call him the Joker. And I'm thinking, I wouldn't want to be called that your whole career, you know what I mean? Super sub joker, whatever. I think it's if it wasn't for that sub, you might have lost that game, So for me, he's worth his title should be more than super sub or joker, whatever it is,
The Anfield Row says, Frankie, in that drawing, you look like Jürgen's ex-assistant, Boover.
A little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, you're right. I've seen him on the bench. Do you know what? I said I was watching when I was watching Liverpool beat Real Madrid. And you just forget, don't you, because you beat them 4-0. And as I said, I was watching. And do you know who come on as sub? For Steven Gerrard. Beating them well. There's no way because we were 5-0 up anyway. Do you know who come on for a substitute when Steven went on?
Mm-hmm.
Jay Spearing.
You know what? I was about to say him as well. I was going to just say Spearing.
Jay Spearing.
God.
And when we beat Man United 4-1, it went to the bench, like subs then.
Mm-hmm.
And who was sitting on the bench was Xabi Alonso, Steven Gerrard, Fernando Torres, and Arbeloa. Just sitting there at Old Trafford. And we were sorting out with the likes of Andre Dossena.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. But that was a great. We should have won the league. We should have won the league with Rafa. Norman. Rocket Ronnie Rosenthal is winner versus the Everton 19. Yeah, at the last minute. That's when I seen that 7-foot fella, big Evertonian, sitting next to him. So that he was lucky there, That was a lucky goal. I bet you any money. This is off Taro. Any money.
Yeah, I think his internet's gone down or something.
Yeah, his Wi-Fi gone. It's not just gone, it's effing gone. It's effing gone.
Ronnie Rosenthal sounds like a snooker player. You know, I don't know why. Every time I used to hear his name, I was like, is he a snooker player?
Oh yeah, look at it. Roar Frank's more handsome, I'd say. Thank you. Is it the aircraft? That's Boover, then Boover. Someone needs to investigate Real, says Yusuf. No chance. They'd sue the Wales. Never mind Man City says, suing our governments. They'd sue the Wales, that lot. And Norman says, I had to laugh at Mbappe free transfer nonsense, 150 million signing on fee. And now De Bruyne says he can make it more in Saudi in 2 years than 15 at City. That's greed.
And he's already on 400 grand a week as well. Kevin De Bruyne, I think he's the best paid player there. So he's on about 400 anyway.
Yeah.
And I think we've got Salah on 350, Virgil on 220, and then Trent at 180. Our top three. That's sort of, it's a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but when you look at it compared to other clubs, our wage bill is considerably lower than other clubs. And also, I think Arne Slot he has to offer high wages if he wants to get a big name in. He has to offer higher wages than a guy if Klopp was in that position. Some guys will be like, all right, I'll take that contract because it's Klopp. So FSG might think they're saving money now, but a lot of players came because of Klopp. It didn't matter how much really money they were getting. They were just happy to be at Liverpool because Klopp was there.
Well, Yusuf says, isn't that club owned by the Spanish royal family? Well, Real is royal. Spanish for royal. So, yes. Yes. That's why they've got pots of money. And Jamie says, Jamie Phillips, Mbappe will receive $500 million by the time he leaves Madrid. $500 million. You just... Mbappe will earn, if you can say that, £500 million for 5 years. Personally, I think he's overhyped, like most players are, says the Redbird. Yeah.
I agree.
I totally agree. Because, a couple of years ago, someone asked me, would you like Mbappe? I went, don't get him, I'm not going to miss him.
Mm-hmm.
He's never played for us, so, And he's brilliant. Yeah. We went on and won the Champions League without him because we got hold of that fella. I said, see, he did it without him.
Yeah, but I think football, it's all over social media, and I think the way they sort of hype up everything just to get the people in, to get the fans in, and when you hype the people up, it sort of brings in people to go and look at articles on Twitter, Facebook, click, and that equals money as well, It's to keep people hyped up, and interested in certain subjects they shouldn't really be interested in, like fake players we're after, for example. So Mbappe, it's like I was saying earlier about, we don't really concentrate on Mbappe and how good he is at football, really. He's more of a celebrity, like a Hollywood celebrity, if you understand my point.
No, of course, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, that's what they become now, footballers. They like look at how they dress. Some of them, celebrity dress. They are celebrities. Don't get me wrong, but I think sometimes the players forget they're footballers, and they hinder what gets them that money. When you see certain footballers like Drinkwater, for example, when he left Leicester. I think he weren't even on. He was about 40 grand a week at Leicester, if that, and then he went to Chelsea for top dough. Ended up messing up his career, and it was football that gave him that money in the first place. So you got to be really sort of right in the head when you become a footballer, because you can get easily sidewalked by the way footballers, and footballers can retire early. They can go to a club a couple of years when they're young and earn enough to actually retire.
Oh yeah, well you see, as I said, I watch Serie A quite a lot, rather than the Premiership. See Liverpool every game, but I follow Serie A, and I have done for years. And two players stood out, and it's what you said about Hollywood status, and that was Del Piero and Roberto Baggio. Those two, they were phenomenal. I mean, status-wise, they were phenomenal, if you know what I mean. But these are, you're right about players being, I'd say overhyped, to be honest, status-wise.
Yeah, because it sort of loses value on the player, when you want to sell him and stuff like that. Hence why England loves hyping up youth players from teams, because they know down the line that player can even go to Crystal Palace if he leaves Man City for 15, 20, 30 million. It's just a process they do, if you're saying a guy who plays for Chelsea, a youth system, and he's not really that good, so he's going to end up going for 2 million. But if you're hyping up, he's the next George Best, next Bobby Charlton, or whatever you want to say, they're going to put a 20, 30, 40 million pound fee when they're selling straight away, So it's all to do with hyping up the players, hyping up the game, hyping up everything, we live in a hype world. It's sort of hype breeds interest, and interest breeds money. So it's that cycle there.
Well, some of the players, and I'm talking about young players under Shankly, they had other jobs, They had jobs.
Yeah.
To go to during the week. That's how low the wages were. And I think there was a fella who played for Fulham, and he played for England as well. And he became the very first £100 player. That was Johnny Haynes. And people were aghast at £100 a week, because then it was a lot of money, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But it's not like today, if you know what I mean. Me and you could retire on 1 week's wages, of any of them, if you know what I mean. Or buy a couple of houses. Yusuf, the big question is who, UEFA, FIFA, and there is no authority that is without scandal. And who polices the police? And even Madrid first 5 European Cups are held in suspicion. Liverpool should have won it in 66. Was it 65 or 66? I think it was 66. We should have won it, and we got cheated by Inter. Over there is San Siro. Cheated. They should never have won it that year. And I feel Mbappe pace is his only asset. I don't feel he has anything else really. But his goal scoring record is superb, and he is probably the best left winger in the world with goals. So that's why, I think, go along with that. Go along. That's a good point, actually. Hey, Michael, evening everyone. We go again.
Yes. Evening, Ian.
Yes. I must say, I was rooting for Klopp's Dortmund, but knew as soon as they didn't score first half, it was going to be Madrid's. It's up to the other side to dump them out of the Euro. I've had enough of them. I think we've all had enough of them. to be honest. I think we've all...
Yeah, they're winding me up now. Now they've got Mbappe as well now. So, there you go. They've got this arrogance about them, like the way Fergie had Man United back in the days. You remember that arrogance they had? Yeah, but I think the whole world was rooting for Dortmund, bar Real Madrid fans. You know?
Yeah, but there was a lot of controversy over. These Liverpool fans. I like Dortmund, because the justice for the '97 and everything else, the '96 down, the '97. You'll never walk alone.
They sang it. They sang it before the game. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got, I don't know what it is. I just didn't. I don't like reading things like it, but apparently Dortmund have got. I don't know who he is, and as I said, I just caught a glimpse of it, of these Liverpool fans saying "F Dortmund" because of. I don't know, Gaza over Gaza for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Selling arms and throwing bombs and everything else. Someone out of the club.
Mm-hmm.
So, it becomes then political, obviously. And Frank, Darrell, JK, our new front three. Yes.
Where are you playing, bro? On the left or the right or the middle? I'll play in the middle. Actually, leave Darrell in the middle.
Leave Darrell in the middle. Yeah, he could just barge everyone down.
Get his head on the ball.
6'5".
Mm-hmm.
Beat everyone up. We could just play on each wing, just cross the ball. Norman says, then you read about the Ev being skint, yet linked with paying 30 million for Calvin Phillips. Same here versus Dortmund or versus 2 years ago, didn't he say? The game. Slaughter's letting the players concentrate on the Euros. That's coming from Robbo. Jesus. Midnight Choker. Have I missed the Man City talk, or have you not heard? Yeah, there was. Do you mean suing the government? There won't be any government left after a few weeks' time. I'd love to know Madrid's wage bill compared to the rest of Europe, says Yusuf.
Yeah, I think they got about 11, 12 players on over 300 grand a week. Yeah, we were looking at the wages the other day. They've got about 11, 12 players on over 300 grand a week, 350. I think Bellingham's on 380 or something.
Yeah, it's nuts. But then again, you look at City as well.
They pay big wages.
You look at Barca as well. That's why they're skint. They pay phenomenal wages.
Yep.
And Norma says, Frank, you know that the other day after I visited you, girls went to the concert, so I went for a walk around Anfield. The old seats from the Annie Roads were in a big skip. I asked the security, can I have one? They said, that's nice.
They said,
yeah. No, we never got one because I followed those drones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Will P. Just a quick eye, Frank Carlyle. Are you Will? I was talking to Will today. Oh, he's a lovely fella. Not a football fan, or a Scouser, not a football fan. I think he's mates with Jason, the producer.
Mm-hmm. He's not a football fan yet.
No. He's just... I'm not saying he dislikes it or whatever. He's just never been interested.
Interested, yeah. Happens.
Yeah, go on.
No, it just happens. Some people just not into football.
No.
You know.
Yeah, all our family are. Every one of them.
Yeah, same as that.
Every single one of them. Even my grandparents, my mum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Max says, I can't believe the club haven't even put an interview out for the fans, just at least to welcome him to the club and him to the fans. All very weird. Did someone say, did I miss it? I never read it out. About, being very quiet. It's a bit weird, about the
Mm-hmm.
players being linked. But, yeah, it's not coming officially. But then again, we've been linked with everyone, even before the last season, the season before, and we got no one.
Yeah, but I can understand what Ian was saying. That do a quick 2 minute interview. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Show him on the Anfield pitch with the camera going around him, showing that he's looking around Anfield. Ciao Bella, you know.
Yeah,
So
agree, but nothing. Absolutely nothing. Zilch.
maybe it's to slow the transfer spree on. Just slow everything down now. But they weren't slowing it down when Klopp was announced he's going. They were pretty fast then to say Edwards is coming back. We get this guy from Morgan's coming from Bournemouth, and the other guy's coming back. They're pretty quick to tell us Arnie Slot's coming in. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Well, the Anfield Road says, I think Slaughter's going to surprise people this season. I've only heard excellent reports. I'm not being Anfield, honestly. That's what you always hear. I'm afraid no one's going to come out and go, this fella's awful. No one's going to say it. No reporter is going to say it because they want to get into all these press conferences into Anfield. No one's going to say he's crap. So I wouldn't read too much into that. That's me. That's just me. Honestly, that's just me. He's our coach. Let's hope that he does do well. Let's just hope. Because all as I want, like JK, like Darryl, like you lot out there, I want to see Liverpool win every game. And I'm not just talking about the Premiership either. I'm talking about every game, which I've always wanted them to do. Win every game. No matter who the coach is or manager or whoever, whatever you want to call them, whatever terminology suits them. Not interested. I just want to see Liverpool win. But,
yeah.
it's like everything else. Look, give you an example. I'm reading that for my literature class. That's what I'm reading. And, I could turn around and say it was awful. Up to now, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant book. We've read some books that are awful. And I say it. They're like films. I've seen awful. I've said it. But if you want to sell something, you're not going to say it's awful. You're going to give a positive spin on everything. That's all I'm saying about it, to be honest. JK, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, but won't comment on here. It will come out during the summer. And the on-field Roar says, I do believe football clubs are changing with this summer's coaching appointments. Jive with Motta, buying company, yeah. Sloth for us. Obviously, Arteta at Arsenal, Alonso at Leverkusen. It is time for a change. But you've still got Pep at City. You've still got Ancelotti at Real. Let's see who beats them. Just saying. And they won't have changed. They're saying there is a dearth of quality DM available, so it would be madness to release Endo, says Herbert Lomsborough. But like a few weeks ago, just before the season ended, Enzo was reportedly saying that he's homesick. And I said on here, didn't I, JK, that it's not so much that he's homesick, it's because Klopp brought him here, give him a big hug, and he's going to miss him. So he's homesick. He wants to go back to Germany. But we have to replace him. What do you think, JK? Do we have to replace the number 6?
For me, we need. Look at the last campaign. We needed 2 to 3 DMs. One gets injured, the other one comes in. As soon as Endo was injured, we sort of fell apart. So I think the DM position. Look at Rodri for Man City. How important he is as a player. He's got the most passing stats in the Premier League. Is why he's the main guy in the middle of the park. And for me, that's very important. And we seem to not think about that. I hope the guys are doing their homework behind the scenes and they actually get a DM in.
Well, as Yusuf saying, when we were talking about, Alonso, Mascherano, Steven Gerrard, Fernando Torres, some of you was on the bench as well, believe it or not. Some of you was on the bench. And, they're great players. Fantastic players. Jamal Arisa, left back, brilliant. Big shot, could tackle, could run. And he was better than Robertson. That's just my opinion. I don't know how we lost the title in 2008-9. Lost to Spurs in the last part, I don't know. And Middlesbrough, who got relegated. Yes. Don't you know? Trent, I hope, won't play for England this summer. Save him for hours. He played last night. Play him, in my opinion, loose and have a strict shape for the team. I don't understand that. T. Connor on RB. Frank, that was a great week. I went to Madrid for the away leg and stayed there with Spanish Reds. Yeah, you wouldn't think that we had Spanish Reds, would you? Let's see. I think they've gone, haven't they? Or the Redbird, go to another show. I wonder what show they're going to. They have an idea. The transfer business will be done quietly. That's the way this regime works. Feyenoord players, no cause. Slot won't have a say in transfers. Yes. Yeah. That's a good point. He won't play double pivot with current squad. We need a dog in midfield for that. But he's not going to have a number 6, David. It's the way it is. This is what we've been told and expect. Not told, but to expect no number 6. It's not a priority. I prefer the club to do the business behind closed doors because as soon as Liverpool plus player is mentioned, the price skyrockets. Okay. It does. Well, it's always been a known fact. And Brian says, evening all. What do we think, boys? Will players get shipped out and then during the Euros? I don't think so. It will be slim pickings again for us with a big kiss from FSG. Yeah. 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 Ex-Pompey's here and there and everywhere. Wow, well done, Edwards. What a load of crap. Why can't we get Aldo in or some ex-players? This is a joke. I do think there will not be a lot of movement from our club. More outgoings than incomings, I think. I agree with you there. Do you agree with that, JK? What Anfield Road says?
Yeah, I
More
think,
outgoings than incomings.
yeah, like I was on about Simicast, he's the one sellable guy. Who else is there? Salah, maybe Diaz, but for me, they have to get rid of maybe a few to get some guys in. But like, remember when we were saying next season the guy coming in doesn't have to do too much because the squad is there. We need a DM and a centre back, for example.
Yep.
Simple as.
And that's it. You know, the new coach. I don't care what anyone says, but Edwards is going to have a big say. Who goes? So we mightn't like it. With Edwards, it's personality. If you clash with him, personality-wise, that's it. You get rid of you. And so I just don't want to see our lads. The lads who have given everything for the club, gone. Gone. And as I said many times, there was only 2 new players wanted for next season. But there will be a big sweeping change. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. I think Trent will go, I really believe Trent will go. Don't want to say it out loud, but I have to. He was devastated when Klopp went. Klopp nurtured him. Klopp nurtured him. And he could be, look, he knows Ancelotti. He knows Ancelotti. And he knows that Ancelotti loves him. So, he could just say, time for a change, I've given me all. I've won everything with Liverpool. I'll try it in Spain. See what I mean? Would you go along with that scenario, by the way?
Yeah, I think Trent's at that point in his life where he could even get bored of football. You got to understand that he's been playing football every day of his life since he was a kid. So I think players have phases where they're not really into football. It's hard to say that, but it's true. That's why a lot of players don't make it, because what they get up to off the field sort of influences their life more than what happens on the pitch. Yeah, I think like Trent's life has been very robotic. Get up this time, go for training, get up, do this. He's done it his whole life. So I think sometimes he will have phases where he's not so into the game. And it was like that in the last 2 years, where he hasn't really looked like he wants to play football. It's hard to say that, but it's true. But I just feel that Trent, he could be future Liverpool captain. He's vice captain now, so he has to pick that. He has to make that decision. He has to make it quick. I don't like players who are sulky. Like I like players on their toes. Hence why I love Steven Gerrard. Always on his toes, no matter what happened in the game or whatever. He was always ready to fight. And seeing Trent not do that sort of in the last 2 seasons sort of hurts you because you like when you look at his talent, guy's world class.
Well, do you think that he just plays out the last part of the season? Just gone, that is. Do you think he just played it out?
Just
Like
for the sake of it, you mean, yeah?
Stevie McManaman did exactly the same. He just played the season out.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went to Real Madrid, didn't he, on a free transfer. He wouldn't sign a contract because his head was turned. Real Madrid wanted him.
Yeah.
And as I said, Real Madrid do want Trent. They do want him. They've said it. Ancelotti loves him. He's been a great admirer of his. And he's only a young lad. And he's there. So, and who's his mate in the England setup?
Yeah.
Bellingham. Yeah. And don't you think that they're on the phone to each other? You know, being on the phone backwards and forwards. You know, before the Euros start. Don't you think that they've been talking? And now they're teamed up with the England squad.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. And FSG love money. They love selling big players. That's all they can sell. To get the big money in. To buy other players. But it's,
yeah, but for me, if they're going to sell Trent, it's because maybe he's giving them a little sign. Like, if he wants to be future Liverpool captain, he's like, no, you're not selling me. You know what I mean? I'm from Liverpool and that. But you never know. This is what I'm saying. Like, we can all speculate this, that, and the other. But sometimes body language gives it away of how a person's sort of feeling. It's a new phase now for Trent. You don't know anyone else but Klopp being his manager, so we'll see what happens with him. But I feel he'll stay with Liverpool. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. I hope he does. He's a little scouser. And he's done well. He's done well for us. No matter how you look. You know, look at all the assists he's had. Scored some fantastic goals, some fantastic free kicks. Incredible. Great player. Excellent player. And as Jurgen Klopp once said, he's the best right back in the world. Chris Tix, I know it's obvious, but shouldn't be signing anyone unless they are clearly better than what we've. Yeah, totally agree. Would you agree with that, JK?
Yeah, but for me, the DM and centre back positions, like for me, there is a better DM out there than Endo. You know what I mean? There's no disrespect to Endo.
There is. You know there is.
You know what I mean? So I feel like for me, the attack, leave it as it is. I just feel they're okay. Defensively, I just think another centre back and the midfield, another DM. That's all we need, really. That's my opinion.
Yeah, as I said to you before, if Klopp was still manager, he'd only bring in 2 players. Because he's got his midfield, he's got all his forwards, he's got the defence. What he'd bring in is another DM, well, a top quality one.
Mm-hmm.
A top quality one. That's who he'd bring in. And also a left-sided centre back. That's just my opinion. Would you keep Tsimikas, by the way?
No, I'll tell him. Okay. Because of the fee that could come in. I heard a crazy number about a few weeks ago, 40 million or something, from Brentford. I was like, pardon? I was like, okay.
Okay, Chris Dix, JK. Joker in German is a compliment. Like a card you can play at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a reply. What a reply.
Yeah, but it's like the super sub is a compliment, but I feel it's sort of cringe Yeah. Like Fairclough didn't want to be called Super Sub. You know what I mean?
Well, TW says, JK's right, Frank. We had the world in our hands with the Champions League win. Unfortunately, the Yanks got a nosebleed, and the rest is history.
Facts.
Very good point. Tony, treble 7. I remember that wonder goal he scored against Everton. I was in the Kemlyn Road stands using my Uncle Bobby's season ticket at Fairclough to the right in front. It was when he got the ball and he went from our half, beat all this is the Anfield Road end he was going, and he just beat everyone and he just unleashed a left-footed shot. Unbelievable. The best goal I saw Fairclough scored, I told him this when he gave me a left. I said, the best goal I've ever seen anyone score. I said, was your one. And I said for the atmosphere, I said it was your one against Sam Atiya. I said the roof was lifted. It was incredible. He said, I've never heard a roar like that in all my life. He said it frightened me. When it went in, it frightened him. So, as I said, he's a lovely fella. Redbird says, Roar, I think it's a bit unrealistic of our fans expecting to get 4 or 5 players in the summer when we have a new manager. We don't know who he wants to keep and needs to work with them first to see. Excellent point. Excellent point there, Redbird. I couldn't agree more. It was there for us with a wee bit of investment for another 2 easily. Says, true, bro. What you want this summer, I'd take a new centre-back, left-back. There's your defensive mid. And a new forwards winger, says the Anfield Roar. It's,
every fan here, they say the same. Centre-backs, DM. Yep.
That's sorry, go on, carry on.
Yeah, just logic, like when you watch Liverpool play, the areas where we need signings, and for me, the DM, centre-back, and every fan will say the same, And
most of the goals that we let in, he was just cutting through us, weren't he?
Mm-hmm.
He was just cutting through us. I remember when Enzo went to those Asian Games to Japan, they were cutting through us because they had McAllister as the number 6, and it never worked. He was too slow. He's got no pace, McAllister. He has no pace whatsoever to get back. As I said, I was watching Mascherano in games. He was incredible. And he could pass a ball, by the way. He was a good passer of a ball. And, you need someone like him. You really do. You need someone like him. As a DM. I wouldn't swap my mapping now for Mane at his best for us. Both played wide left. Mane was brilliant for us, says Norman.
Yeah, Mane was next level.
I was watching him as well. He's an incredible player. Incredible little player.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian says, Mbappe wouldn't suit us. He is another Neymar, dummy sucker who won't track back. Would never have helped the Reds. Hands-on hips player.
Mm-hmm.
Don't belong at Anfield. We breed fighters.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, cracking point. All the top name players can retire today. They are already millionaires, says the Redbird. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not only England that overhypes players. It happens in Europe too, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. We're not saying that. You do get over like everyone now.
Yeah,
Today.
because they're products.
You look at look at the World Cup, that bad. If you look at the World Cup and you look at the old Brazilian sides, they were phenomenal. The players were absolutely phenomenal. The team gelled. That's why they won World Cups. Fantastic side. And now, when they went to Europe, they all started coming over to Europe. What was happening? They started to lose that samba, shall we say. They started to lose it by coming into Europe. Would you agree with that, by the way, Jake? When the South Americans started to come over.
Yeah, I think Bobby was different to everyone else, though. Bobby was a fighter. I think talented players sort of have them hands on hips moments because they see the game differently to, say, I don't know, Fabinho. Like Fabinho's Brazilian, you know.
Yeah.
Like Argentinian players are very feisty. Mascherano, Argentinian, very feisty sort of player, you know. It sort of depends on where you're from as well. It's mad how when you look at footballers and how they play and how their mentality is, where they're from makes a big difference, you know. I noticed that.
Yeah. Ibit Lom's brother. Bradley is a brilliant right back, and we haven't we still got Ramsey, for me, centre back, a DM, and a goalie priority.
There you go,
Ramsey,
another one.
he's not going to make it, I'm afraid. Ramsey ain't going to make it. And to me, he's injury prone as well. You don't see players like Baggio and Del Piero now, flair players now, are trained to be robotic, fit into the system, says Norman.
Exactly, Norman. I've
That's
been saying that for a while. I've been saying that skillful footballers, like you don't see big names no more. Yeah, your Del Piero's, Baggios, like even Maradona and Messi. You ain't gonna really see them type of players no more because football is very robotic. I always said like,
But what about him? One of
well,
the
he was a
greatest
great
men,
player.
and
Great.
he even wore glasses. Look, wore glasses.
There you go. So you got no excuse, you know, if he misses. I had my glasses on. Yeah, but for me, football, they try to drain the skill out of the game because robotic football, like I always say that England's never really had skillful players. But they've had loads of players who can run 90 minutes. Because in England, that's what they want. They want you to run for 90 minutes. They're not really bothered about your skill set. Like, as long as your basics are all right. As long as you can run for 90 minutes. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Well, that's even the Redbird agrees. He says, "You're right. It's all about the system today."
Mm-hmm.
And Jan Raw. That's true. That point of overhyping. I kept hearing Turkey have great young players. Well, watching them versus Italy at the moment, they look like the League One players.
No, they did all right a while back to qualify for the Euros.
No, they did, yeah.
Yeah. But they got
And
an
players
attacking manager. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but players started to go there, didn't they?
Yeah.
Even Souness, he didn't he manage Galatasaray at one stage.
Yeah. Yeah. Big names have gone there. Chamberlain's there. Who else is there? Jacko. So, what's his name as well from Crystal Palace? Zaha. He went there. He played
Yeah,
Champions League football with them last year.
yeah,
They beat United. Remember when they beat United? That
he
was
did.
funny.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. They wouldn't let me have. The talking to one another. And Brian says FSG cheapskate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they should have invested that. People who say that, do you know what they're bringing out now? Do you know when you say they should have invested after the Champions League, after winning the Prem and that? What they say is, oh, you have to be careful of, fair play, the fair play thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just an
that's
excuse.
just an excuse.
Excuse. I knew it. As soon as that news started breaking, I said, "Oh, that saved FSG a January buy." We needed a DM in January. I thought when Endo goes to the Asian Games, we would need a DM. Guy could come in better than McAllister. You know what I mean? So that for me was it was like a Brucey bonus for FSG not to
Yeah.
spend in January. They thought, oh, sorted. We don't have to spend 30-40 million here. Job done before Klopp leaves.
No, spot on. Spot on. I feel like we're the minority when it comes to FSG and our thoughts on Slot. I might be wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're so right. You're so right. You said how
There's
many
no,
champions out there call out FSG?
I think we're the only ones. I knew a guy back in the days. He used to be on Twitter and stuff. He was proper anti-FSG. Very clever guy. Studied law and everything, and he was telling me, yeah, they're not really good owners for us. And you must be an idiot if you don't realise that. Just certain things they've done. They've not really looked after us like as a big name, and they've never have. So people, and what amazes me is how the tide sort of turned from people who were proper anti-FSG a while back. All of a sudden, they seem to be gone. It's like there's only a handful now. They've won them over. The Edwards like the Edwards hype as well. Like a lot of Liverpool fans are really hyped up on him. And who's getting paid by? FSG. So they're not going to really say anything against them. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, that's what I mean about when Jurgen gave that talk. And one of the lads came on and said, oh, it was great. And you know what he said? I said, well, he's not going to come out to thousands of people and say why he really left. And it's all stemmed with Edwards and Ward. It stemmed with them. And he just walked out. He just said, in the January, I'm leaving. And you've got to look at his quote. I don't want to leave, but I need to. You think about that. So he's not going to turn around. And he's become an ambassador. So he can become he can go to match anytime he wants. Let's see how many times he goes. Well says Yusuf, mate. Says Brian. I've heard that we are in the race to sign João Neves from Benfica. That's a great signing. There is Ali News. There is. But weren't we after him a couple of years ago? JK. I think we were.
Yeah.
And Norman Keller, is he going to do? Yeah, he's going to go. He's definitely going. MNXJ. Only just got in, Frank. Anyone says anything about City using the Prem? I'll watch later. Yeah, suing the Prem. Yeah, and the government. And me. And you and everyone else for calling them horrible names. Cheats and everything. the whole country, all the football fans getting sued. I'd like to think Trent as vice-captain Scouser will stay with the team until Slot leaves. We need two top players. I really hope we will go for Antonio Silva and Yao Neves, says Ali Noose. Let's just go through these. Brian says, Frank, I hate bringing this up because I love Trent, but I don't think Trent has a place in the team no more. He simply can't defend, and I'm not so sure if he will cut it. Yeah. I'm not so sure he will cut it as a out and out midfielder. Saying something.
Yeah, because he made his name playing on the right, and when he plays on the right and sticks to the right, he's great. But I always said, like, Trent looks like a footballer. He wants to do more in a game, be more in control of the ball. And playing at right back don't really give you that sort of chance. But we sort of moulded our game around for Trent to play right back. So I don't really like him when he plays, like when he used to invert and drop in the midfield. I think he needs to be a little bit sharper. You can't really mess around there. Right back, you can sort of get away with it sometimes, but centre back, centre DM, you can't. You've got to be sharp, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course,
So,
you know.
I just feel that if Trent had what Gerrard had, that adrenaline, he could be one of the best players in the world, Trent.
Okay. Zuma Mendy says Norman and Valera, two names we could get for DM. I'm only giving my opinion. There are players out there. Yeah. And it goes on about his assists and free kicks are world class, but I've seen this coming for ages, says Brian.
That's true.
Yeah, it is true. Jarrell will be playing left side centre back of BBD. Didn't already make it that position. The zone, says Chris.
So he's learning both now. Like, he can play on the right, but he can also play left. So it's cool.
Mark Simons. Cheaty are the OJ of football.
Didn't he pass away last month?
Yeah, OJ, yeah.
Yeah.
Double murder of him. Double murder. Horrible. Horrible man. Chris Dick says, Norman. Sadio for me was at least on level with Mo. He ruled that left side and scared. Yeah, he did. He did scare defences. He did. And he agrees with him. Let's go right down here. Sticks, talking to Redbird and Norman. That's why I feel Trent should have a free role and have the other 10 in a stricter shape.
Yeah, I feel Trent is a player where he needs to be in a free role, but he needs to work on his discipline and getting back sort of game as well when he's getting that free role. He can't just be a floater sort of player, you know. He needs to sort of play that free role, but do it with a sort of strict mindset. Like, if I have to get back, I'll get back.
Well, Mark Simon says Kelleher plays well in a 2-1 win over Szoboszlai's Hungary. That's come as a bit of a surprise. Hungary are not a bad side.
Yep, they're in the Euros.
Norman. Chris, like Evans, McManaman a free roll. Gave McManaman a free roll. Evans gave McManaman a free roll initially. What Evans couldn't do was buy a top class centre half. Bab and Rudder were not up to it. Phil Bab. Phil Bab. Good girl. Very good points, JK. The owners have not treated our club like a big club. They've kept us as a money commodity. The money they earn from our revenue is unbelievable. It's like Hicks and Gillette, says the Anfield Road. Absolutely.
Yeah. They could even make more money. This is what I don't really understand about these guys.
Yeah.
They could make a lot more money if they were more successful. Like when you think about world football, every year the younger generation of football fans are coming into the game, and they're going to pick which team can I support. If Liverpool are winning the Premier League every season, these young kids are going to think, I want to support Liverpool. That's what they do. You know, like you see Man City shirts popping up all around the world now. Like back in the days, you'd see Man United and Liverpool and Arsenal, them three. All of a sudden, in the last 20 years, you've seen Chelsea, Man City shirts all around the world. You know, they're not even from Manchester, whatever. That's what football does. The more success on the pitch, the more success off it. It's as simple as that sometimes.
No, you're right. Again. And the Anfield Road, Hicks said, quote, Liverpool will pay for the Dallas baseball team, unquote. And now we've basically paid for FSG, Boston Enterprises. Well paid for that. Anfield, well paid for that. Richard Hutchinson, big up everyone. And Norman says, OGA didn't just kill his wife, he butchered the evil man. He severed her head. He decapitated her head from her body. And that doesn't hardly ever get mentioned. And Richard says, will Arne Slot get any big this summer? Big names he's talking about. Criteria ticks box with board. Richard's used Julian Ward, Michael Edwards and FSG.
Evening, Richard. I can't really see that. I can't really see us buying a big name, you know. Not really.
I can't see it. But I said, didn't I, at the beginning, we need a marquee sign to say to the fans here, oh, look, this is what we can do. Yeah. This is what we can do. But it's whether Liverpool holds the sway since Klopp's gone. What I mean, the pulling power. Phil Babbitt in the post. Phil Babbitt in the post. And he slid onto the post, hitting his genitalia. He has a voice like Daffy Duck after that. Phil Babbitt.
I remember Phil Babbitt. Yeah.
So anyway, boys and girls, we call it a day. And let's see what happens, eh?
Yep.
And they want us to come back on Thursday, JK, so...
No problem.
We'll see you on Thursday. Thank you so much, people. Thank you, JK. And
no
Dan, for listening in.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. He blamed the weather. Darryl blamed the weather. He said, FFS. FFS.
Flying flipping fish.
Yeah. But do you know what, JK? I was just sitting there, today. And I was freezing. I thought, this is supposedly be summer. Sitting there. And he needed a little red nose. big red nose.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yep.
Let's see what these lads say. Richard Hutchison question is, can he handle players who have bigger yes than him?
Big question, like proper good question, that one. It's
That
true
is.
what you said there. It's
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
can he handle players like, say, Virgil, Trent, even Salah, Darwin, for example, can he handle him?
Exactly. And do you know what? They've got more money than him.
Probably have, you know what I mean?
Because they could just sit there and say, you suck and say, mate.
You're driving a Maestro, I'm driving a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He parks his car down the road and walks into the complex. It's like, I'll leave it down there. They're going to take the piss out of me.
Could you imagine Scott coming back and go, he can't be broken into shit. Got the wheels either. Anyway, cheers, guys. Says Tony Treble 7. Thank you, Tony.
Take care, bro.
Norman. Thanks, Frank, JK, and Shat.
Take care, Norman.
And Brian, totally agree, JK. Would just love for Trent to have that Stevie G in him. Even a little touch, because it will hurt if Trent leaves him.
Exactly. People don't understand the Trent topic. It's a big topic for me. I always like Liverpool with a Liverpool player in the team. Then, he's in the changing room, the telling them guys, like, come on, it means a lot to me. Like, we've got to win this for the fans. So for me, I wish Trent just had that bit of fire that Stevie G had. Stevie G, you could just tell he was playing for the city of Liverpool. You just seen it in Gerrard. It was just like, I can't really explain that energy he used to show, but I love to see Trent have a bit of that in him. It would improve his game big time.
Oh, yeah, of course it would. Of course it would. He's a great passer of a ball, and he can hit the ball. And he's a clever player. That's why Ancelotti loves him. That's why Jurgen Klopp loved him.
He's the one guy who could have the ball in the right back position with his back turned towards the attack, and he'll turn with the ball and spray it 30 yards and turn our game into a defense into attack, just like that. And that's the beauty of him as a player. And what I think Pep Linders tried to get him to do that in the midfield too much, I feel, if you understand what I mean. He didn't need to do it, really. He could do it from the right. That's how good he is.
Well, that's, as I said, I was looking at Steven Gerrard today. And some of the body, they were everywhere. They were over on the wings. They was through the channels. They were right forward. Should have seen the ball he gave for Fernando Torres to run onto and bang goal. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of a player he was. Media watch Liverpool, says Ali. Leading race for a £102 million midfielder. After Man United transfer statement released. So I hope we will get him. One's a kid at the moment. Everybody wants him. But who is he? And, 102 million.
I think he's doing a speculation, salt and pepper.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, because we've got great owners, haven't we? Like to invest everything.
Yeah.
We have to wait and see, says Richard. But I think going to be a hard job at the club. Absolutely. And he carries on by saying bye.
Bye, Richard. Take care, bro.
And very sunny here, but very cold in June. Strange, says Norma.
Yeah.
As I said, I was bloody freezing. And I was freezing. I said, I'll have to put something on. Wishing you all a good night, Frank. Norman, Cole, take care, lads. Thank you.
Thanks. Take care.
Take it easy. Thank you. Take care, buddy boy. You'll never walk alone, says.
Take care, Jaden. Brian. Yeah.
He's good. Ali Noose. Funny that lad. He's good. John Henry says, Ali, John Henry will sell his yacht to buy Yao Nevers. Now that is funny. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. And anyway, JK, thank you. So see you on Thursday. Don't forget as well, people, Saturday morning with the film and TV. I've got a few films that I want to talk about, and they're on YouTube. They're on YouTube. And some of them are good, but some of them are terrible. Jeez. One, it was only made, it just come out a couple of months ago. So it was 2024 film. And no wonder it went so straight YouTube. Oh, jeez. God, blimey. But anyway, people, thank you so much for joining us tonight. These are all great people. Just enjoy the rest of your night. See you all on Thursday.
Thanks for the comments, guys. Yep.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Keeping us company anyway. JK, thank you.
Take care. And for future shows, maybe if any guys in the chat want to come on the show,
Yeah.
can come on, say what they feel about the next season and stuff. We could do a show where guys can call in and stuff.
And you know what? Anfield Raw, yeah, come on next week, Frank. Yeah, okay. Come on next week, Frank. Still hasn't come on. Anyway,
He'll come on.
Yeah, we'll get someone on, won't we?
Yeah.
We'll get someone on. Thank you so much, people, and I'll see you all on Thursday. Bye now.